Right, so hey guys, what is going on? My name is Ben and welcome to this video. Now, I'm just going to say, this video that I'm about to make is absolutely ridiculous and I should not need to make a video on this. But this is a piss take. So I've seen this video on YouTube and I want to do a reaction video to it because I think it's absolutely bollocks. Honestly, I don't care that you can see my light on my microphone. We're going to watch this and I'm gonna tell you because I'm not in the best of moods because a monitor arrived, broke, but I'm getting a new one, so that's fine. But this video has really tipped me over the edge. So this video is basically a letter from an unborn baby girl to their dad. So, not possible, but sure, okay. So we're going to watch it and we're going to get proper offended.
Dear Daddy, I just wanted to thank you for looking after me so well, even though I'm not yet born.
Isn't that sweet? She's thanking her dad for looking after her, which is what most dads do, unless you're from Manchester.
I know you already try harder than Superman. You won't even let Mommy eat sushi. But I need to ask you a favor. Warning. It's about boys.
You can ask him when you're older. You don't need to ask him before you're even born. I get what it's trying to do, but it's not needed. It's not necessary.
Because, you see, I will be born a girl, which means that by the time I'm 14, the boys in my class will have called me a whore, a bitch, a cunt, and many other things.
If you look at what is on your screen right now, she is fondling with a very, very short skirt. And if you're wondering why you've been called a slut, just look at what you can see on the screen. That is very, very short, especially for a 14-year-old. Obviously, the actor probably isn't that's on your screen. That is just... Obviously, I get it's not nice to call somebody a slag or a slut or a whore or a cunt or whatever. What 14-year-old goes around calling girls that? Okay, admittedly, I did. Probably. I did. But when you're fucking walking around fondling with your skirt and stuff in public, you're going to get called names. And if you're acting like a slag, you're going to get called a slag. If you're sleeping around from 14 or even younger, then, you know, you deserve it. Obviously, if you're just doing it to be a cunt and you're just calling them names, if you're a man and you're just calling a woman names or a girl just names just to be a twat, then you're a twat. But not all men do it. And if they do, they've probably got a reason to. Probably because you're fondling with your skirt in the middle of the corridor. Honestly, ridiculous.
It's just for fun, of course. Something boys do. So you won't worry. And I understand that.
Right, so basically what that's trying to say is, because that's what boys do, your dad won't mind. Now, I know from experience that children's parents, or people's parents, I know from experience that people's parents don't like their kids being called names. And I'd know that because when I was in like year 8 and 9, I wasn't a very nice person and I used to call people names all the time. And I know a few times that parents rung in and complained about me being not so nice. So, maybe in America parents don't give a toss, but in England they do. Well. And the whole thing is that fathers are more likely to leave you than mothers. So, yeah, piss off.
Perhaps you did the same when you were young, trying to impress some of the other boys.
I did. Now, if you're a lad and you get impressed by your mates calling somebody a slag or a slut or whatever, you're a bit of a fucking lame person, not gonna lie to you, but it's not just a way of life, but, you know, this is so unnecessary.
I'm sure you didn't mean anything by it. Still, some of the people won't get the joke. And funnily enough, it isn't any of the girls. It's some of the boys. So by the time I turn 16, a couple of the boys will have snuck their hands down my pants while I'm so drunk I can't even stand straight.
That is inappropriate. That is inappropriate for YouTube. Now, if I get done for that... Okay. Now, that is not a statistic. If you are 16 and you are getting drunk, you are in the wrong. Now, I'm not saying that makes it okay for them to do what they do, but if you are getting drunk, then I'm not saying you deserve it as such, but you've got to expect things to happen. Now, if they are sober and they're doing it, then they are dicks. If you are both absolutely smashed, you've had fucking 20 shots of Jaeger and 6 bottles of fucking vodka and 9 pints of fucking John Smiths or whatever, then I can see why things would happen. Now, if you're wearing the same sort of skirt as what that 14-year-old were wearing, then that's probably why. I'm not even going to put that in, but there's no correlation between being... No, there isn't. You shouldn't be getting drunk at 16. And if you are so scared of having somebody put their hands down your pants, don't go and get pissed at 16. Don't go get pissed at all. Or wear a tight belt or something, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that it's right, but no, it's not right. And I completely think that if you do like, take advantage of women while they're drunk or whatever, you're a dick and a cunt and you deserve to have your balls and your hands chopped off. But take a bit of responsibility.
And although I say no, they just laugh. It's funny, right?
I'm not going to get into this deeply because I don't want to offend anybody who has ever experienced sexual assault or anything. If somebody does something to you and you're saying no, instead of using your words, use your fists. Because if I were a woman, right, which I'm not, and I get that it's difficult to do, but just fucking punch him in the face. If you hit him in temple, yeah, you might kill him, but serves him right. Because obviously it's all right for a woman to kill a man, but it's not all right for a man to kill a woman.
If you saw me, Daddy, you would be so ashamed. Because I'm wasted. No wonder I'm raped when I'm 21.
Whoa, hold on a second. You've gone from being fingered at 16 to being raped at 21. And what do you mean there's no wonder? There's no wonder. Honestly, whoever wrote this is a dick. Because just because you were pissed at a house party and some lad tried to do things that he shouldn't have done, that doesn't mean that you are then automatically going to be raped. And just because you're a woman does not automatically mean you are going to be raped. Does it? And these are the sort of feminists that really piss me off because they make out all men to be rapists. Now, I don't know any rapists, and I know a lot of boys. I do know a few rapists, actually, thinking about it. What's his name now? I'm not going to say any names, but I know a few. But out of the boys I know, that's like one in like a few thousand. Maybe 2.
21 and on my way home in a taxi driven by the son of a guy you went swimming with every Wednesday.
That's very, very precise. Like, whoever wrote this, yes, I guess you might have had a really shit life or really shit experience with men, but if it's... Honestly, just because you're in a taxi with him doesn't... Honestly, how can you do that in a taxi? Fucking Rabdul sat in the front. He's not going to be like, hey, yes, I condone this. He's like, oh, get off you dick. Unless he's from round here, then he'd have been doing it from when she was 14. But, you know.
The guy who always told insulting jokes. But they were, of course, only jokes. So you laughed. Had you known that his son would end up raping me, you would have told him to get a grip. But how could you know?
Because it's not gonna happen. The whole thing of this is absolutely ridiculous. Not all men are rapists. Yes, some men are, and some women are rapists. Admittedly, it's only 1 in 77 blokes will experience it in their life. Now, I know that's quite a low figure, but it's still a lot if you do whatever that is as a percentage. Now, apparently, according to Google, 4% of men will be rapists or will commit sexual assault. Hey, Google, what is 4% of 7.5 billion? So there's apparently 300 million rapists on the planet. That is so bollocks. That whoever's done that research needs to be shot.
He was just a boy, telling weird jokes. And in any case, it wasn't your business. You were just being nice. But his son, raised on these jokes, becomes my business.
Let me just talk about this. Just because somebody says inappropriate jokes does not automatically make them a rapist. Just like me making Hitler jokes doesn't mean I'm a chuffy Nazi. Same thing.
Then finally, I meet Mr. Perfect. And you're so happy for me, Daddy, because he really adores me. And he's smart, with a great job, and all through the winter he goes cross-country skiing 3 times a week, just like you.
So that's basically implying that he's going to cheat on her. Because who in the winter goes cross-country skiing? Exactly. So now you're saying that all men are cheats. That's what you're trying to say, innit? Ridiculous.
But one day he stops being Mr. Perfect. And I don't know why. Wait, am I overreacting?
Probably because you've called him a bloody cheat. No, what if somebody called me a cheat? I think I'd kick shit out of it. I can't say that, but I would.
One thing I do know, I'm not the victim type. I'm raised to be a strong and independent woman.
You're not the victim type. All you've done all this video is say that when you were 14 you got called a slag, at 16 you got fingered, and at 21 you got raped. How are you not a victim type? Fucking stupid cow.
But one night it's just all too much for him, with work and the in-laws and the wedding coming up. So he calls me a whore. Just like you called a girl in middle school a whore once. Then another day, he hits me. I mean, I'm way out of line. I can really be a bitch sometimes. But we're still the world's greatest couple, and I'm so confused because I love him and I hate him, and I'm not sure if I really did do something wrong. And then one day he almost kills me. It all goes black.
Right, okay. If you are in a relationship with a twat like that, that is not male's fault. That's that cunt's fault, right? If you are in a domestic violent relationship, get out. And I know it's not that easy, but get out. You cannot blame an entire gender on that one dick kicking shit out of you, strangling you, nearly killing you. He is what we call a cunt. Not male society, that is that one man. Okay? Not all of us. And that really, really frustrates me that because one man could do something so bad. Ted Bundy killed a load of women. That's men's fault. But Ian Brady killed a load of people. Our fault. But not Myron. But Fred West, he killed a load of people and his own kids and stuff. That's men's fault. But Jimmy Savile, that's men's fault. But Rolf Harris, that's all a men's fault. No, it's not. It's fucking bollocks because one person could do something so bad, but that doesn't mean an entire sexuality, no, an entire gender are all bad. There are nice men out there. Admittedly, I don't know where they are, but there is some nice blokes out there. That sounds really gay, I'm not going to lie.
Even though I have a PhD, a fantastic job, I'm loved by my friends and family, I'm well brought up, and nobody saw this coming. Dear Daddy, this is the favor I want to ask. One thing always leads to another. So please stop it before it gets the chance to begin. Don't let my brothers call girls whores, because they're not. And one day some little boy might think it's true. Don't accept insulting jokes from weird guys by the pool, or even friends, because behind every joke there is always some truth. Dear Daddy, I know you will protect me from lions, tigers, guns, cars, and even sushi without even thinking about the danger to your own life. But dear Daddy, I will be born a girl. Please do everything you can so that that won't stay the greatest danger of all.
Honestly, being born a woman is the greatest danger of all. Being born a woman is the greatest danger of all. That's what that lady just said. Just because you don't have a cock in between your legs does not mean anything. All it means is that you can give birth and you have to sit down while you wee. That is the only difference. That is the only difference. You are not more... Yes, maybe statistically speaking, you are more likely to be assaulted and stuff like that. But you have the power to change that. And I get that your dad should protect you and your dad should do everything for you. Now, unless you've got a shit dad and he leaves you, then he will do that. You do not need to make an entire video making out as if your dad is the reason why men are rapists. You don't need to make an entire video claiming that all men are rapists and abusers and shit like that, because they're not. You have just got a fucking feminist point of view, and I think you're a dick. Honestly, I could punch something. It's really, really getting me annoyed, this. So basically, what I want you to take away from this video is not all men are cunts, but some are. Some women are not very nice. Some women are very nice. It doesn't matter what you've got in between your legs. All it matters is about who you are. Now, if you think that it's wrong to do all these things, good on you. If you are a man and you've done any of these things, you are an utter scumbag. If you're a woman and you've done any of these things, you're a scumbag, because women can be violent. It doesn't make any difference what you have in between your legs. And that is where I'm going to leave it. If you are offended, go to Aldi, buy yourself about 10 boxes of paracetamol, swallow them all, leave me alone. Everyone else, leave a like on the video, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I will see you in the next video.